true gentleman. His name is Kid Fite. And me and my chum here have one thing to say to all of you. How stupid were you for believing this, huh? Did you honestly think Luke King Sharp and Kid Fite were going to walk about in a stupid bonnet and a stupid woolly jumper, huh? We are from Glasgow! No, Edinburgh! One more time, I say Glasgow!
Well, that changed the mood.
And you know something? All you Muppets were always going to boo us the moment we mentioned Glasgow. Look, I proved my point. Glasgow. 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 And it's alright, Edinburgh. I understand. We all know that Glasgow is the far better city, don't we? We all know we've got better football teams. We all know we've got better stadiums. We've got better looking women.
It's debatable.
Avoid that, man, that's a clap. And here, Edinburgh, the west side of this country has produced the better wrestlers. Is this all the hecklers coming out now, aye? And a big man up the back with a pint to them. Okay, Jimmy, I've been up the castle, aye. Dafty, in this ring, mate, I'll do you.
You don't want to challenge Kid Fite to a fist fight. It's in his name.
Pipe down!
Those wins here! Go on! Don't you dare talk about Paula! I'm your boy's favorite wrestler! You know I'm your dad! I'm your real dad!
At some point, you'll translate this for me.
How is your Glaswegian? Glaswegian? It's the language of Glasgow. Definitely not English.
Whatever it was that these two were saying, they seem to be very adamant and they seem to be raising the ire of the faithful here tonight.
I bet you'll negotiate subtitles in your next commentary contract with What Culture Pro Wrestling. Talk about the mood changing. It's about to change in another way, and that way is big.
Ladies and gentlemen, their opponents, Golden Lightweight, 239 pounds, they are your current WCPW Tag Team Champions, the team of the Vigilante, Johnny Moss and Liam Slater!
Well, I'm being told that this is a non-title match, but of course a victory here for Luke King Sharp and Kid Fite will certainly elevate them into the ranks, but just getting a good look at Johnny Moss, my gosh, why would anyone want to get into the ring with that man?
If you went to prison and you got a fight between the two biggest men in prison, Johnny Moss would be the man that ate those two men.
Interesting choice of words there. Take nothing away from Liam Slater. Many feel that he is the glue that holds this team together. I seem to have lost Luke King Sharp. Is he hiding?
Well, Luke King Sharp came out here thinking that, you know, Kid Fite was the person who was going to protect him. Well, you know that debate you have in school, my dad's bigger than your dad? Liam Slater just won that argument with Johnny Moss. But the size of his tag partner.
What kind of school did you go to?
A special school.
Evidently.
The bus had seatbelts.
Oh, wait a minute. I found Luke King Sharp. I thought he was a little boy sitting in the front row. Whose lap is he sitting on? We might be in trouble.
And it's not just the sheer size of Johnny Moss, Matt. that Lou King Sharp should be afraid of. Because since Moss and Slater entered the What Culture Pro Wrestling Tag Team title tournament and then went on to win that, we have seen the development of them as a tandem, and what a tandem they have become. They've beaten all challengers, all opposition, and I think that's going to continue here in this non-title match.
Well, I can tell you from my experience in our great sport that LKS here, Luke King Sharp, should probably worry more about his opponents in the ring as opposed to playing head games with the crowd. And I guess the sweater does nothing for the heat that Kid Fite is trying to generate here.
And Kid Fite might want to take that cardigan off, because getting killed in a cardigan is a bit like being run over by a milk float. You don't want it on your tombstone.
I would expect Luke King Sharp to use some... Oh, I was going to say expect him to use some speed, but...
Johnny Moss is looking at him like he's beef jerky. And not very big beef jerky. This is a bit like Godzilla versus the Smurfs, the movie.
Oh boy, the collar and elbow tie-up was ill-advised here. It's usually designed to gain a strength advantage, but Johnny Moss is certainly going to win that battle. Oh! Big back body drop.
Somebody get that kid a parachute.
And a towel.
And life insurance.
Let's see if Kid Fite can fare any better.
And Cumbria, where Johnny Moss is from, is about as far as you can get to Scotland without crossing over. And in history, we built a wall to separate them. And now there's no wall. There's just a referee.
Don't worry, Mexico will pay for the wall.
Those words by Matt Stryker, my fearless commentary partner.
Wow. And notice how Moss stays so close to his opponent. Very smart. That's Johnny Moss, just by looking at him, you would not expect him to be that fast. Cover, forearm in the face, just a 1.5.
He's like Usain Bolt if you put a bicycle pump up his, well, you know, up his bolt.
Now it looks like Liam Slater will get himself some.
And Liam Slater's been training with the World of Sport legend Marty Jones.
Oh, wonderful.
And we've really begun to see the progression in his chain wrestling, catch-as-catch-pound style of offense.
Nothing wrong with that. I've always been a fan of guys like Marty Jones, Rollerball Rocco, old Roy Regal for the old-time fans.
Johnny Saint.
Who?
Johnny Saint.
I'm only kidding.
Almost heresy there.
Rolling to alleviate the pressure and disorient his opponent. Switched the hands there. I don't know if you caught that. Oh, the referee certainly caught that right there, but he allows the match to continue. Straight right hand. And now Liam Slater in the proverbial wrong part of town.
And Kid Fite is the kind of man you don't want to meet in a Glaswegian bar. And can you imagine, Matt, the impact that would be made if Lou King Sharp and Kid Fite could win against the tag team champions in a non-title match in their debut in this company?
Oh, it would certainly have to get the attention of management as well as fans all around the world. And it seems that there are fans that are entertained by the antics of Lou King Sharp. Careful, don't turn your back on your opponent here. The test of strength. Slater will have the height advantage, but sometimes a lower center of gravity.
Double Roman knuckle lock there by Slater. Look at that, I mentioned World of Sport.
Look at that, some gym breaks on display.
Gym break special there, and Northern.
Whoa, that was close right there, just a 2.
Beautiful Northern Lights there by Liam Slater. And he is getting it from both directions, Slater, because he's getting that incredible World of Sport training, and he's also getting that physical body training from Johnny Moss. Moss probably uses him as a dumbbell. Oh. Oh.
Nice one-footed drop kick, deep cover there. Just a 1.
And it was Kid Fite who was the catalyst that made that happen, slapping. But smart tag teaming, Matt. This is what I like about Kid Fite.
Oh, there you go. And that's why I guess you call it a jumper. Is that why the jumper stayed on?
I've heard of the gloves coming off in a fight, but never a cardigan. Or a grey one.
Meanwhile, it has worked as Liam Slater is now in a precarious position here. As Kid Fite goes to work.
Right between the shoulder blades.
Fite controlling the head and neck. Tags in Sharp, and then Sharp goes to the midsection and goes right back to the head and neck. It's the placement of Slater's right arm. That allows him to get his vertical base back, try to alleviate some of the pressure. Blind tag made.
And look at that by Lou King Sharp. Interestingly, he kept that hold on all the way out. He made every use of that 5 seconds. Smart kid.
Ow! That was a kick to the hamstring. And then a snap suplex and a cover. Almost a 2 count, just a 1. But I like the placement of Kid Fite. He puts himself between his opponent and his opponent's partner. That is classic tag team wrestling right there.
And you called it the inner 5, but from where I was sitting, it looked like that could have been the end of the Slater family line, courtesy of Kid Fite.
Well, if that's the case, Slater's in the wrong business.
Well, that backfired somewhat.
Well, it worked and it didn't because of Lou King Sharp's diminutive size. He was sent off the apron from the force.
I've heard of the big boot, but never the little boot.
No.
Like a size 4.
Trying to make the tag here. The push off. Tag made. Oh! Here comes Johnny Moss. Ow! God!
And Kid Fite wants to make an impact. But the only impact around here is being made by East Cumbrian man mountain. This guy's a beast.
Oh.
My God.
Knife edge chop. Kid Fite only means to hurt his own hand.
Like chopping a brick wall.
Ow, release overhead belly to belly. What's in store here? Oh boy. Press slam. Some light shoulder presses here.
I've heard of a gorilla press, not a King Kong press.
Or a chimpanzee press. Because he's
small.
Right, there you go. Oh, DDT! And although Moss's neck is thick and muscular, that may be a wise strategy. The referee will not make the count because he is not legal talking about Kid Fite.
Good referee in there.
But perhaps damage has been done.
He's saying Lou King Sharp's the legal man. He doesn't look a day past 15. Although I think the legal drinking age in Glasgow is about 10. Oh! Wasn't so much a spear, but a dart.
A little bit of levity going on here, but let's stay focused on the intention, and that is to pin the tag team champions in this non-title match. Is it enough? No.
And one of the things we've seen from Moss and Slater in the past is using each other as a weapon. And that's exactly the strategy that Kid Fite and Lou King Sharp have employed in this one.
And how about Liam Slater wanting to get back into the action? That shows you the guts that this young man has here.
He's about to get his wish. Oh.
Come on and get yourself some, Liam.
Ow. Like a belly to back with his leg in a figure 4 position.
And now Moss and Slater both up. Oh, boy.
Oh, I smell something bad.
Oh, God, that might be what's coming out of Lou King Sharp's tights. He got him.
Ladies and gentlemen, here are your winners, the WCPW Tag Team Champions, the team of the Vigilante Johnny Moss
There is no question that it's going to take a hell of a team to beat Moss and Slater for those belts. Incredible showing.
Absolutely a great showing here, and I'm sure there'll be more to come as you continue to join us here for WCPW Loaded.